Episode 8, Be Present Before You Miss Out. Hi all, it's Bishoy Tadros, author of Break Barriers, and I'm here to help you channel the mindset to overcome any of life's obstacles, whether personal, professional, on the playing field. I want you to walk away from all my videos thinking, if he can do it, so can I. And I promise you that you can overcome it all. If there's one thing that life has taught me, it's that barriers are meant to be broken. Today, I want to dive right in. I'm going to talk to you about the power of being present. I want you to know that the application is rather difficult, but I'm going to challenge you to make a sincere effort to apply this practice sooner rather than later. For a period of my life, I was obsessed with goal setting. Yes, for better or worse, I was always in competition with myself. Every aspect of my life was connected to a goal in one way or another. Run that race, get that job or that salary, make that person my friend, or win over that girl. I was highly successful, and over the course of time, I was convinced that there was nothing that I couldn't achieve. And I truly believed that I was more persistent than anyone else. If there was something out there I truly wanted to accomplish, I had total conviction that over time I would get my desired result. It was after nearly a decade of goal setting repeatedly that I began to realize I was missing something. The thing about goal setting over and over is that your enthusiasm is constantly driven by a future state. You're working for a moment that may or may not actually happen. Bear with me now. It was really cool every time I accomplished a goal, but there was one constant realization that ultimately turned into a pattern. Most goals are but fleeting moments. You get that offer. You cross that finish line. You hear the words, "I like you too." You pick up the keys to your new home or your new car. They are but mere moments of satisfaction, relief, emotion, but soon enough, they consistently wear off. Something didn't feel right over time. The ratio wasn't adding up. Why am I spending all that time and pouring out all that energy, physical, mental, sometimes emotional energy, for such a short spurt of satisfaction? After a decade in that cycle, I just couldn't come to accept that life was about a series of unpredictable, fleeting moments. It hit me, after some contemplation and self-work, that maybe I need to consider life as more of an art than a science. A focus on chasing down goals felt calculated, and for an analytical mind like mine, I was looking to repeat formulas. But what I realized was that the beauty of life wasn't in those fleeting moments. It was actually in the days, weeks, months, and years leading up. The beauty was in the artwork that constructed the path toward those moments. Imagine walking into an art exhibit at the end of your life and being able to see your individual body of work. Personally, I wouldn't want my lifetime's body of work to just be a list of accomplishments. No, I would want that piece to show the moments when I was scared, when I doubted myself, when I hesitated, or when I shut down. Those were the moments where I learned the most about myself, and they were probably more critical and more empowering than those prior mentioned goals. Okay, now you might ask why I want those moments exposed. Well, I want them exposed because I want to shed light that those moments of struggle were the roots of growth. Those moments of discomfort were more precious than I realized earlier in my life. When I finished my first marathon, I was thrilled to cross that finish line. But undoubtedly, if you ask me now, I am more proud of the 4 months of training where I took myself to new distances and battled aches that my body was not accustomed to. When I wrote Break Barriers, I was gleaming the day it was released, but I'll never forget the 10 months before and the 2 a.m. phone calls with my editor, as those were the moments I was laying the foundation of what I consider my life's work. While I try to hold myself accountable to being better today than I was yesterday and to learn from the mistakes of my past, by embracing the moment, I've accepted that I will continue to make mistakes, and it is through those mistakes that I will refine my body of work. It's important to remember that this world is a training ground for nearly 8 billion people, and thus 8 billion different pieces of art. A quote that I came across years ago reads, "If you are depressed, you're living in the past. If you're anxious, you're living in the future. If you're at peace, you're living in the present." I jotted that down on my phone, and I think about this quote a lot when I find myself in a situation that's out of my control. It keeps me grounded. The correlation between anxiety, depression, and peace is that they are all contagious. I ask myself, which one of these would you want to be responsible for spreading? Ambition is okay. Goals are okay. Persistence is okay. But I ask you to consider that there is power in the present, and I ask you to be there to celebrate the moments that define your journey. I hope this video was a helpful tool to help you consider the value of being present, and it's a guide to the campus that is your life's past. I'm excited to carry on with you, helping you channel the mindset to breaking your barriers.